Hi, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching with the Help Academy Sports Coach 2024. I want to talk to you about a session that I designed today for working on attacking space. So working on our first touch into space, working on making sure that we are picking our heads up before we're receiving. I'm talking about checking twice before we receive, calling for the ball, scanning, and then ultimately taking this into attacking space into shooting drill at the end. So what we got here is what's called a bumper game. We're working on that initial first touch. Now, usually what we're going to have is a 1v1 that's going to become a 2v1 with the bumper player. So black here has the ball. Black here has the ball, and they are looking to pass to a bumper player on the outside. Now, you'll see this 2v1, but you see there's other players in the field. So what we're looking for this player to do is first the weight of the pass. If we're drilling this pass at this player, because we need to get it off fast, right? That might be the right pass because we don't have time or something like that, or this player's bearing down, we have to get it off, or we're trying to sneak a ball through. But what we'd really like to do here is play a soft, like a rolling pass, a setup pass. They call it a T pass. So we're setting up just like hitting a ball off a tee, and then they're going to drive their first touch into space. And what we're looking to do here is initially try to break a line, try to attack the space available, put as many defenders behind our backs as possible, so that we can then transition. So here, if we do this, right, defender comes up, we've broken two lines, and we're able to play a ball down this channel. Now here, then we can reset and do the same on the other side. So again, this player is looking for the right weight on the pass to help that player out. So especially like where the pass goes. If this pass comes over here, and we know the space is over here, this player has to then drag the ball across. It slows down that attack. So we're thinking from that perspective of how our pass can then set up the next pass. This player's in a body shape is so that they're able to go there quickly, or they're finding some way to be deceptive. They're faking one way and driving the other way, and using that turning momentum to drive into the space. Whatever that might be, we're working on those certain situations. So when this player goes, this player then must replace. All right, and just as quickly, this can just go right back to the player that was a bumper player, and they go back in, and then this player becomes a bumper player again. So you're not turning off on the play. You're scanning and seeing what's available. All right, if this doesn't come off and this player's not able to drag this defender, and the defender keeps with them, yeah, they might need another outlet back, and we can switch out and do the same thing on the other side. And what we can talk about here is we've moved the defense from one side to the other. Defense was here, they were compact, we moved them out wide, and that left space for us in the middle. So three key coaching points we can work in there. The weight and direction of the pass, are scanning and picking a direction and attacking space off of the dribble. And then we also can work on moving the defense and how our movement will affect where the defense is and how that can create gaps in their defensive lines. So from here, I want to continue to make it four-dimensional. I want to continue to have players scanning the field. I want to continue to challenge them to be thinking about where their passes are going and how they're attacking space. So what I have set up here is for a goal game. It's kind of at an angle. No, I can't. This one would be better. There we go. So we have 4 goals. Usually I have like different colored ones, but like let's say this is yellow. Yellow is defending these goals. All right, and we don't need color black, but black will defend the blue goals. So we would have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we generally have like I play anywhere from half. Right, we can do 4v4 here in the small grid. You can do it from half and have it in the corners, whatever that may be. But so we have black here. Now they have 2 options to attack. So they can score on either one of these yellow goals. Again, you can do this in a small grid. You could do this half field. I usually do about 10v10 with the goals in the corners and goals at half. And it really just opens things up. And you're going to see a lot of open space, all right? But you're going to see how quickly that open space then closes down if the space isn't attacked appropriately and the attack slows down. So we have player in black here, they drive here. Now everyone in the yellow is going to shift a little bit, move over, and try to cover this goal, all right? What that looks like is we've drawn the defense here, maybe a little balance over here, but we can play a ball over the top now because we dragged them, and play this player into space, and they can score from there. So the defense will get a little more spread out, and we'll open them up, and now we have to be a little more creative in the way we're going to find gaps. But the same thing, like we're taking a touch here. Let's say we break the line here, pass. All right, and what was now a 3v1, a line breaking pass. breaks 3 lines there, and we can immediately drive into this space. So some of the same things we're working on without the restrictions of having the boundaries, but the same kind of thing of moving the defense now in a little more of a 3-dimensional space, not so much restricted by the grid itself, but now they can kind of see these patterns happening within the game, and they're using that pattern then to drive. Now this player then can chop out and be an outlet for them, all right, and they move here and they can go and we create a 3v1 on the backside. So I think that's another really great drill for creating that kind of attacking space mentality of talking about how our pass will set up and break a line, and how if this pass back here, let me get him. This pass back here is behind him, and it draws him. That allows this defender to cut in. If it's in front, the ball stays in front here, they can attack that space and put the defender on their hip or behind them, rather than that them being limited by the defender cutting them off because the pass was too far back. So we're still talking about a lot of the same things. We're talking about attacking space on the first touch. We're talking about the weight and pace of our passing. And we're talking about the off-the-ball movement and moving the defense. So just continue with that theme. And then I want to get it a little more aggressive and talk about how we can create that into scoring opportunities. So I'm going to set up a goal here. Probably a full-sided goal. About regular goal at the end line. And then another goal maybe about 10 yards out from the 18, so about 20, maybe 30 yards out. And we'll have 4 players here in yellow. 3, we'll just go 3, that's fine. 3 players behind the net. I know a lot of people do this. I had a coach that coached in the 80s and 90s, and he was telling me about this great drill they used to do and how they used to do this, and if you shot, you did this. And I was like, this is transitions. This is what we do every single day still. We really enjoy this in the program. We're going to have goalies here as well. All right, we're looking for these. Now, the focus of this drill is not transitions, but we're playing transitions. And what's going to happen is if you can attack space in transition in your transition moments, you'll be able to utilize all the things we've been talking about. So we're putting a skill into a game-like situation. So here we have yellow, black's on the ball here. They score. Bang. This yellow team comes off. The goalkeeper gets another ball and rolls it to one of their players. And while this team is transitioning, we should only have 3 here. While this team is transitioning onto the field, we're looking to attack that space. So they play the ball here, let's say. Now, yellow is going to be sprinting out here to try to press this ball so there's no quick shot. They saw this team score for long range. So yellow presses up, they get out, they get flat. If we can play a ball, we should have this ball on the field. Just like we've been working on the entire time, if we can play this ball maybe into space here, all right, and this player, it's weighted so the player can just take, it's not too strong on their foot, they can drive, and we can take that first touch and attack this space and drive. So if this pass is behind him, again, defense can slide. So it's in front of him. It's weighted that he then can control it when he receives it, driving to space and finding a shot and attacking the space because we've moved the defense from here, shot, played out the other side, moved them back over here, and we created that space. So overall, yeah, I think this session is really solid for finding ways to attack space and getting those players to pick their heads up and see the space that they're looking to attack, and just giving them as many options as possible and as many four-directional ways that you can, making them really think about where they're attacking the space and why they're attacking the space. Because I think once we get into the game, sometimes you'll see if you go from a scrimmage from here, you're going to see it's just kind of like forward. And that's tough, and you got to work on kind of breaking that apart, and it takes time. But essentially, you want them, I preach like FSB, forward, sideways, backwards. Forward's the best option if it's there. If it's not, let's work like a clock, clockwise and counterclockwise, and work our way back. And if worse comes to worse, we have nothing, we go negative in terms of our passing decision chain. So I'd love to hear in the comment section some of the ways that you like to teach your players that directional attacking, that forward is not always the best way. How do you get around some of the restrictions, not restrictions, but like the development of some players just not being there in terms of their spatial awareness, and how do you develop that for them so they can start understanding it's a 3-dimensional game. So I'd love to hear in the comments some of the things that you guys do to work on that. So once again, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching and Help Academy Sports Coach 2024. I hope the session finds you well.